Good evening! Welcome back to another episode of Saturday Bunk Marathon Madness. I'm your host, Johnson McGee. So today we're going to talk about the season 1 episode. First Brotherhood Meeting today. So, Saturday Bunk. So let's begin. So in this episode, it starts off like any episode. Hunter says bye to his mom, and he goes to the alley, waits for the bus. He gets on the bus, and he gets to school. Then he gets breakfast, and then he takes it up to the breakfast club with Mr. Backer. And Erica's there, and um, he hangs out and chills with Erica, watches some funny videos. Also, he hangs out with his friends, Brandon, Ray, Vander, Corden, all these people. So they have some fun, they laugh, they chat, they hang out, and then Hunter heads to his first period, which is language arts with Miss Hendricks. Today, I believe, it probably is a reading day, and they work on some tasks and homework, and and that goes good. And then he goes to reading and talks with his Brotherhood members in there in Camden, and other friends of his in there. Then they get to work and they do some reading and do some assignments that Miss Warnock wants them to do, and then they go to pre-algebra. And one thing I forgot to mention in the last episode of Marathon Madness, number 3, when I was talking about Savage season, the Savage Crazy Energy Water, where Hunter finally gets his Brotherhood, I forgot to mention, right after reading, he gets a drink out of the drinking fountain, and he gets some energy for some reason. That gives him the energy to make it through pre-algebra, which is kind of a rough and difficult class for Hunter, probably for most of us. I know personally, onset, me and my character have a rough time with math, even now. So, but he gets through math and he makes it through lunch, and he has the courage to complete it. With the crazy energy water, he has enough energy to finish creating his Brotherhood, finish getting the last person on the Brotherhood. So I forgot to mention the water that he drank after reading in that episode made him have enough energy to get through the third period, get through lunch, and finally get the Brotherhood all together. And get through the rest of the day. I forgot to mention that key part in last night's episode, so I thought I would mention that. But he goes to play algebra. He has a rough time with math, a stressful time with math, with all the activities of the day. But he gets through it. And then he goes to lunch, and he has his first official Brotherhood meeting at lunch. And that's the only time where all the members are all together is at lunch. Now, some of the members in Hunter are in different classes, but this is the only time where all of them are together. And this is the first official meeting where they discuss ideas and plans and what they want to do as a Brotherhood, what they want to do as a fun group together. So this is the first official meeting. They roast each other, they laugh with each other, they chill and hang out. Hunter's a savage. So they have their first official Brotherhood meeting. It goes pretty smooth, and then he finishes lunch and he heads to Visley. And after Visley, he goes to choir, and they practice some music with Jared and Bradley, 2 Brotherhood members that are in choir. Then he goes to science, and do the stuff there. Then he goes to civics, which is crazy as usual. He calls it crazy civics because he has a crazy, kind of chill, but also crazy teacher. Very strict teacher, Mr. Woonridge. But he survives that for the day, and then he goes to the last period day with resource, and Erica helps him with the last couple assignments of play algebra for the week, and so Friday they can get checked off from Miss Cornell, and then he walks out to the hallway, heads to the bus, and then they go home for the day. And then the next episode I'm going to talk about is from season 1. It's called I'm Goofy. And me and Hunter, Hunter's a savage. He likes to roast people and say silly things. And me personally, I'm very funny. I'm very silly. So, but basically, Hunter in this episode all throughout the school day is silly and goofy, and the Brotherhood thinks he's a little bit too going nuts though. And teachers are saying settle down. Miss Warnock saying settle down. Mr. Woodman saying hold up, settle down. What? And all these teachers are going crazy because Hunter's being goofy. And Erica tries to settle him down, and he's just twerking and dancing and goofing off. And he even gets yelled at by Miss Warnock and Mr. Woodman a couple times. It's just a crazy episode. It shows how goofy Hunter truly is, and you're going to see clips right now of Hunter being very goofy in this episode. So I hope you enjoyed those silly clips of today's episode. But that's it. Thank you for watching this episode of Sal John Bot Marathon Madness. I hope you enjoyed. I hope everyone has a great evening, and I'll see you in tomorrow night's episode. Bye, everybody.